back to you.
Yes, we are.
And you're going to talk about something that we see from time to time.
Yeah, every once in a while.
We see from time to time.
Yes. I'm talking about a controller, a game controller from the brand is GameSir. This is the GameSir G7 SE. It is a wired controller licensed for Xbox and PC use. This controller is really interesting to me, actually, because it comes in at $45 on Amazon right now, which right there alone is a deal.
Yeah,
because you can get off-brand controllers for right around $40 to $60 usually, and they are kind of a smattering of quality.
Yeah, but mileage varies.
Yeah, but the general, like if you want an Xbox controller, just a regular Xbox controller, a wireless one, that's gonna set you back about $70. And if you want the dongle if it's wireless, if you want the dongle to connect to your PC or whatever, that's a little bit more. But this one comes in at $45. Now it's wired. The wire is braided and it's very long. Now, I want to say it's almost 10 feet, I think.
I'll see if I can find that while you're talking.
I was trying to look for that and I didn't see it. But the most interesting thing about this, now it has all of the, it's laid out like an Xbox controller. So it's got the A, B, X, Y, versus the circle, square, triangle.
Yeah.
From PlayStation. But they are the first controllers that have, and I want to get this right, the Hall joysticks and Hall trigger.
So I don't know very much about this, but I've heard this is because a lot of controllers tend to have like a drift.
Yeah, it's called stick drift.
Stick drift, yep.
So normal analog joysticks are based on electrical resistance.
Okay.
The Hall effect joysticks is named for Edwin Hall, who is the founder. It's the Hall effect. I'm reading this from the website so I get it right. Represents a change in voltage that is caused when a magnetic field interferes with an electrical flow from a conductor. So the joysticks have a permanent magnet in them, move relative to an electrical conductor. The voltage change that then occurs is converted into positional data to track the joystick's movements.
Okay.
So what that means is these are super accurate and will stay super accurate because it's not just reading that electrical resistance.
Okay.
And after so long of playing a game where you're constantly holding up to run something,
forward. Yeah, move forward.
You let go of the controller and all of a sudden your character is moving or looking a certain way and you're like, what the heck is going on?
Right.
Well, this is supposed to drastically reduce that.
Okay.
The controller has a nice like knurled texture on the thumbsticks so that it feels really nice when you're moving it. It has dedicated button on the front. It has the same like pause and like a record button for the Xbox, but it also has dedicated like macro buttons, so you can have up to 4 different settings.
Nice.
For different games, because you can also put in your own inputs if you want, and store those.
And so if you're using this for like a PC, they also have software.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, that lets you kind of program.
Right. So you can program, maybe if I want to hit A, I can have it program if I hit it to hit it twice.
Sure.
Or to hit it and it just holds it down without having to hold it down.
Or just remap everything.
Right.
If you're like, I prefer to use the shoulders for these things.
Right. Yeah. So you can remap it. It also has 2 extra buttons, kind of where your kind of middle and ring fingers would sit on the controller. It has two little paddle buttons on the back side there too that can be mapped to other things in a game or whatever you want to do.
So I'm of a certain age.
Yes.
I grew up in a time of Nintendo,
I hear you,
Super
buddy.
Nintendo.
I hear you.
And having buddies who would come over and the controllers, you might have like, oh, he's got a joystick that he plays Mario with instead of the flat controller. But when he plays Street Fighter with that thing, he's got a button that he can just click for turbo, and I can't get near him because he's just button mashing.
Just E-Hondaing all over my face.
Yes, this is, I can't, so having some of these like extra buttons or programmable buttons is like, I hear these things and think cheat codes and Game Sharks and Game Genies. Elevating my game without having to necessarily get better. Or just kind of making my game experience more unique to me. So it's 3 meters long. I looked. Cable, so you were like, you're right.
Almost 10 foot.
Yep.
It also has like all the normal things that you would expect in a controller. It has the haptic feedback, has, rumble. It has the Xbox logo glows. It lights up. It does have a 3.5 millimeter jack on the bottom of the controller, so you can plug in a headset. It has all those things. It also has the ability to do custom faceplates. So you can, they're magnetic.
They're hot swappable, right?
Yep.
You slap it right on there.
Yep. So I haven't really looked into kind of what like third party or what extra things are available for that. I know I've seen in my research, I saw some advertisements for a collaboration with different artists and stuff for faceplates. But I haven't priced those out or anything yet. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with this controller. When you see an off-brand controller, sometimes I'm just like, ugh. Is it gonna be? How is this gonna feel? But man, this thing is actually really comfortable. It feels nice. That texture on the thumbsticks feels nice. It's just a really good experience. And so if you're looking for a controller for your Xbox or for your PC, this GameSir G7 SE.
So for me, I like you mentioned like an off-brand or like a generic or like a lesser known brand. I've seen enough GameSir come in here that I look at them and I see I'm like, oh, what are they doing now? Like,
sure, absolutely. So GameSir, I think is one of those exceptions.
I think of them in the same way that I would think of like Turtle Beach.
Yes,
just a brand that just makes these things. And I'm trying to think of another company. Was it Tiger Shark?
Maybe
it's another brand that used to make things. It was just kind of like, oh, that's what they do. They specialize in making these products for other consoles, for devices. So, very cool. And that's the G7 SE.
G7 SE. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Luke.
No problem.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.